UN Global Compact on Migration. Objectives and Commitments. Objective 1. Collect and utilize accurate and disaggregated data as a basis for evidence-based policies. 17. We commit to strengthen the global evidence base on international migration by improving and investing in the collection, analysis, and dissemination of accurate, reliable, comparable data disaggregated by sex, age, migration status, and other characteristics relevant in national contexts, while upholding the right to privacy under international human rights law and protecting personal data. We further commit to ensure this data fosters research, guides coherent and evidence-based policy making, and well-informed public discourse, and allows for effective monitoring and evaluation of the implementation of commitments over time. To realize this commitment, we will draw from the following actions. A. Elaborate and implement a comprehensive strategy for improving migration data at local, national, regional, and global levels, with the participation of all relevant stakeholders under the guidance of the United Nations Statistical Commission, by harmonizing methodologies for data collection and strengthening analysis and dissemination of migration-related data and indicators. B. Improve international comparability and compatibility of migration statistics and national data systems, including by further developing and applying the statistical definition of an international migrant, elaborating a set of standards to measure migrant stocks and flows, and documenting migration patterns and trends, characteristics of migrants, as well as drivers and impacts of migration. C. Develop a global program to build and enhance national capacities in data collection, analysis, and dissemination to share data, address data gaps, and assess key migration trends. That encourages collaboration between relevant stakeholders at all levels, provides dedicated training, financial support, and technical assistance, leverages new data sources, including big data, and is reviewed by the United Nations Statistical Commission on a regular basis. D. Collect, analyze, and use data on the effects and benefits of migration, as well as the contributions of migrants and diasporas to sustainable development, with a view to inform the implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and related strategies and programs at the local, national, regional, and global levels. E. Support further development of and collaboration between existing global and regional databases and depositories, including the IOM Global Migration Data Portal and the World Bank Global Knowledge Partnership on Migration and Development, with a view to systematically consolidate relevant data in a transparent and user-friendly manner, while encouraging interagency collaboration to avoid duplication. F. Establish and strengthen regional centers for research and training on migration or migration observatories, such as the African Observatory for Migration and Development, to collect and analyze data in line with United Nations standards, including on best practices, the contributions of migrants, the overall economic, social, and political benefits and challenges of migration in countries of origin, transit, and destination, as well as drivers of migration, with a view to establishing shared strategies and maximizing the value of disaggregated migration data in coordination with existing regional and sub-regional mechanisms. G. Improve national data collection by integrating migration-related topics in national censuses as early as practicable, such as on country of birth of parents, country of citizenship, country of residence 5 years prior to the census, most recent arrival date, and reason for migrating, to ensure timely analysis and dissemination of results, disaggregated and tabulated in accordance with international standards for statistical purposes. H. Conduct household, labour force, and other surveys to collect information on the social and economic integration of migrants, or add standard migration modules to existing household surveys to improve national, regional, and international comparability, and make collected data available through public use of statistical microdata files. I. Enhance collaboration between state units responsible for migration data and national statistical offices to produce migration-related statistics, including by using administrative records for statistical purposes, such as border records, visa, resident permits, population registers, and other relevant sources, while upholding the right to privacy and protecting personal data. J. Develop and use country-specific migration profiles, which include disaggregated data on all migration-relevant aspects in a national context, including those on labour market needs, demand and availability of skills, the economic, environmental, and social impacts of migration, remittance transfer costs, health, education, occupation, living and working conditions, wages, and the needs of migrants and receiving communities in order to develop evidence-based migration policies. K. Cooperate with relevant stakeholders in countries of origin, transit, and destination to develop research, studies, and surveys on the interrelationship between migration and the three dimensions of sustainable development, the contributions and skills of migrants and diasporas, as well as their ties to the countries of origin and destination. This has been the end of Objective 1. To collect and utilize accurate and disaggregated data as a basis for evidence-based policies, as well as a rundown of the actions in order to implement this.